Hello everyone, I congratulate you on the coming new year and wish you only profits in the new year. From December 31 to January 1st, we will of course all gather in a family circle to celebrate this wonderful holiday. But during the long new year weekend, sitting by the fireplace with a cup of mulled wine, you can find a few days to trade on the Forex market. Why? Because if you are busy at work on weekdays and the market is closed on weekends, then the New Year period is characterized by the fact that everyone has weekends off and the Forex market is working. Yes, not all days, but there is such an opportunity. And right now, I will tell you what is a New Year trading strategy and how to make money on it. We will also discuss my reversal points. I will show them directly on the chart. We will also discuss on which pair it is best to trade with my trading robot. And so let's begin. What is this chart? This is a chart of the American S&P 500 index. It represents the state of the American economy as expressed by the 500 largest companies in America by capitalization. And as we can see, the chart is growing, which means that the state of the American economy is improving according to the chart. Why did I choose the S&P 500 index? Because the New Year trading strategy is connected with it, and it consists in the fact that the stock market is associated with the term Santa Claus rally, and we're going to talk about that right now. Why did I call the New Year strategy exactly the Forex market, even though the S&P 500 is the stock market? Well, simply because most of my subscribers use Forex brokers, and all Forex brokers provide an opportunity to trade indices, including the S&P 500 index. So for all of you who trade Forex, you can all use this New Year strategy. So Santa Claus rally. This tap-in was invented in the early 70s by a stock market analyst, L. Hirsch. He noticed that during the last 5 days of December and the first 2 days of January, the stock market was rising. That means that the S&P 500 index is also growing. That means you and I can capitalize on it. Why is this happening? Well, first of all, it's the holiday spirit. Secondly, everyone gets bonuses and invests them in stocks. It's very developed in America. But most of all, I believe there is a psychological factor. For many years and even decades, everyone waits for this period and starts buying in the expectation that the index will grow and we will make money on it. And if everyone buys, naturally the demand grows and the price rises. Yes, then in January there may be a pullback, but this period is usually accompanied by growth. How often does it happen? There are statistics, and for the last 75 years, experts have calculated that the S&P 500 index grew in 80% of cases. Whether this is a lot or not is up to you, but you should definitely take advantage of this opportunity. Let's take a look at the chart of the S&P 500 right now, and what opportunities there are to make money there from the point of view of technical analysis. So the S&P 500 index is rising. Let's look at another time frame to see what's happening at the very end of this trend. Nothing really portends a decline, and Santa Claus New Year's Eve rally is likely to come true. Let's see what support lines there are to buy from if price sags. This is the kind of support line I see. A reversal point can be marked here. If the price reaches this line, you can buy from here and capitalize on the upside. It is also interesting that we are literally a few points away from the historical high. And of course, with a high probability, even if it wasn't New Year's Eve and not a New Year's trading strategy, we could still expect the S&P 500 index to break its all-time high. At the moment when it breaks it, note that a pullback from the resistance line is also possible, as has already happened once. You see here the price formed one maximum, then formed the second one and rebounded from it. Accordingly, now the price will go for the third time. It may rebound once again, but if it breaks it, then there are other possible variants. For example, the price, will break through it. Then it will go back, and when it comes back, it will be a mirror support line, and from it you can also buy and make money on the growth. I will move the chart a little bit to make it clear. That is, in this place, it will be possible to buy and make money on growth if the price breaks this line. But in general, you can just buy conservatively and wait for the price to grow. Some of you will ask, what if I buy the S&P 500 index and it goes down here and I fall into the 20% of losers? In fact, you can look at the chart for a longer period of time and see that even if the index was falling, it still grew and continued to grow. That is why you can apply the ancient as the world statistics, the strategy of averaging. And by the way, my trading robot works according to the averaging strategy. It can also be launched on the S&P 500 index in the buy mode, i.e. in the growth mode, and it will apply exactly the averaging strategy, which you can manually schedule but in order not to waste time on it, you can just run the robot. By the way, if you haven't tried my trading robot yet, be sure to email me at the link in Telegram and I will tell you how to get it for free. Especially the long winter weekend is just the right time to do it if you've been putting it all off. Let's take a closer look. Let's say you buy the S&P 500 at this point and the price goes further down. Here, as I have already told you, there is a support line from which you can buy and enter the deal again with the same volume. Accordingly, as soon as the price goes further up, you will get out of the drawdown twice as fast and you will earn twice as much. If you look at the history of how the price was growing, with each drawdown in the future, the price grew again and went further up. Therefore, investing in the S&P 500 index is the most promising now if you invest in the long term. And of course, it is a sin not to take advantage of the New Year's rally of Santa Claus to capitalize on it. I looked at the economic calendar and realized that there is no special news. But I noted for myself that there will be trading on 30 and 31. On the 31st, there will be a half day, the first holiday, and on the second day, trading will continue. That is, in the second, fifth day, the markets will start to open and trading will continue. And accordingly, 2-3, it will be Thursday, Friday, then 4-5 weekends, and 6 full-fledged trade will continue. So let's see now the reversal points, which I trade on the chart and how you can also make money on it. In addition to the Santa Claus rally in the S&P 500, other currency pairs related to the US dollar are also feeling positive. So where the dollar is in the lead, it is expected to rise there too. Look, the dollar-Japanese yen pair is now out of the triangle. Well, it was in this triangle for a short time. It went up, didn't even make it back to the mirror support line I was expecting. I was expecting the price to come back to that support line, bounce back. This is where the upside could be capitalized on. By the way, if that happens, keep in mind that this reversal point remains. And from here, it will be possible to buy and make money on the growth. But it is quite possible that the price will go further, and there will be resistance here on this line on the previous high. It's at 161.946. If the price reaches here, I also expect a downward correction from here, and a further breakdown is possible, just like on the S&P 500, on the dollar-Canadian dollar pair. Here also, look, a triangle is forming, a sideways trend. By the way, you can also run my trading robot on it in buy and sell mode at the same time. By the way, if you do not want to customize the trading robot yourself, I have an assistant, a specialist in robot customization. You can contact me and we will help you customize it. Let me mark the maximum. Right here is the line 1.44.652. Also, the price tends to this resistance line. And once the price reaches it, you can sell from here and capitalize on the short-term decline. But further growth is also possible. That is, there will be a slight decline and then perhaps further growth. For example, the dollar-Swiss franc pair has already shown such a trend. Look, on the H4 time frame, the price has already reached the maximum, a little bit rebounded, and may go further. Let's look at the D1 time frame. Here, we can see that the previous high is at 0.92.171, and a correction is also expected here from the resistance line, from which it will be possible to sell and make money on the decline. The price at these reversal points to capitalize on it, these are the trading ideas. I wish you to make the most of the Santa Claus rally. I wish you to spend these holidays with maximum profits. Also, if you heard a lot of unfamiliar terms, I remind you that I have a basic course on trading for beginners from scratch. You can get it for free. Write to me in Telegram. I will tell you how to access it. Well, I wish you all profit. See you next year. Bye.